Well, hello. Welcome to the most unusual, I think is the nicest way to put it, tarot reading on the internet or anywhere. It's the Tao Manifesting Tarot. The number one job, as it says in the name of the podcast, is manifesting, getting you to manifest. Just caught an interview with someone who many of you may know, Whitney Webb. She's an extremely good investigative journalist, has produced all kinds of fabulous information about what's going on behind the scenes in the world, very important information to have. And she was talking about the artificial intelligence arrangement here on the planet and how dangerous it is now, but how dangerous it can become. Literally, the artificial intelligence situation is putting us in a position where we quit thinking. Let the machines do it. I mean, I'm already seeing people do it, you know, simple mathematical calculations. They go to their smartphone. Hey, would you figure this out for me? People are really leaning into the technology. No surprise, because people tend to be lazy, myopic. They don't think as far as their nose. They don't think what the implications may be. We're already seeing, Whitney says, most of the stuff that appears on the internet is arranged, written, orchestrated by artificial intelligence. One of the many problems with that is, first of all, it's garbage in, garbage out, the old computer thing that we've used for decades. Yeah, AI is capable of some form of logic. I don't know that I'd exactly call it thought, but they're only as good, or AI is only as good as the information put into it. And we're finding out ain't very good. They think that about 65% of what comes out of AI is accurate, the rest is gobbledygook. And they're finding out now that artificial intelligence is talking to itself. And after a short period of time, as it talks to itself, gobbledygook comes out. They're concerned about that. They thought that, well, when we put the information in, it'll keep spitting out logical sounding stuff, the stuff that we want you to hear. Now, it turns out that when AI starts to talk to itself, there comes a time when it just chop suey. Doesn't make sense anymore. So that's an issue. But realize when you lean on this technology, what you're doing that is allowing a very few people, I mean a handful of people, decide what your options are. It's like you're going into a grocery store and they say, no, this aisle, this aisle, this aisle, this aisle doesn't even exist. But you got these two or three aisles. That's what you pick from. And you think, oh, well, I got two or three aisles. I got choice. No, you got choice. They took a whole bunch already away from you and you don't even see it. And that's what's happening right now. We lean so much on the computers. Oh, let's take a look at the logic. Let's take a look at the data. But that stuff gets shaped by humans. So that's why this is such a unique tarot reading. Manifesting comes from within you, not outside of you. It's not AI creating another movie, another music tune, another anything. It's you creating from within yourself. Your experience, what you're feeling. What AI is doing really in the long run is separating us from us. And we are thrilled with it. Ah, therein lies the problem. So, what we do here with the Tao Manifesting Tarot is we focus on your ability to manifest. It's a God given gift. Many of us are doing it every day, but we're doing it in a negative way. I can't have this. I can't do this. I can't be this, like that. And you get nothing because that's how you're manifesting. And you go, see, it's not working. No, it's working perfectly. It's working the way they want it, the way they trained you. So here we try to say, okay, this is the geopolitical situation we're living in. Now, here's the tarot energy. Here's the potential. I found out that tarot does not predict anything. I've done it for 20 years. I'm disappointed. However, I did come to the conclusion that AI is very good at potential. Tarot will focus you to a potential. I said AI just a minute ago. I mean tarot. I use three cards. There is kind of a sacred thing to three, and so I only use three. I combine those three, put together a thought, an idea, a frequency, and that's what you have presented to you. That's the potential. Then I follow up with numerology and astrology. I've done those for 50 years. Again, tarot for 20. So I've been in this a little while. And I do the numerology and astrology because they are the signs of cycles. For example, I guess we have a full moon eclipse coming up in a day or two. How do I know that? Is that satanic? No, it's knowing a cycle. I know when Christmas is going to be here. I know when spring will be coming. I know it's a cycle. And so that's what numerology and astrology offer. So you take the tarot, the potential, and you add in the cycle that you're in. That determines everything. Are you in an up cycle? Are you in a down cycle? Easy cycle, difficult cycle. That will affect how you use the tarot energy. That's how it all works together. So no rainbows, no unicorns, none of that bullshit. It's reality and helping you to manifest a better reality for yourself. Today, no peace like home. That's the message from today's reading. There is no peace like home. That's the one thing that's missing. Well, there's a whole bunch of things, but the key thing is peace. People don't feel peace. They don't feel comfortable. They don't feel secure. They don't feel safe. That's the way it's intended because they're shifting us. This is not happening organically. We're not doing it naturally. They're shoving these things at us and saying either you do this or you're going to be left out. And they're already messing with us. And very few people are doing a damn thing about it. That has to change. If it doesn't, God, I feel sorry for the 20-year-olds. At my age, I don't have that many years left. I can probably get by. But for somebody just starting out, unless you grow some balls, you're in trouble. We are at that point. We cannot simply scold. We cannot simply protest. We got to go farther. Did it back in 1776. Next year will be the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. Let's see whether that 1776 spirit still exists. If it does, there's hope. If it doesn't, So again, the theme is there is no peace like home. All righty. Before I start moving on, I just want to let you know I have an email, a singular email that you can contact me at, and I would love it if you do. A lot of people are taking advantage. Thank you, thank you. Tao-tarot at proton.me. Now, it's not a Gmail or Yahoo, and no, I'm stepping out. I have to. Tao-tarot at proton.me. All righty? Proton.me. Kind of different. Tao-tarot at proton.me. All righty. So we get into it. And we begin with the astrology part. I call it the astrologic. Over the past couple of months, in kind of a celebration of 250th anniversary of the United States of America coming up next summer, I decided to use this platform as a way to take a look back at American history. I was surprised because it did not resemble what I was taught in school. That's one of the reasons why the people who have power are leaning on the internet. They're very quiet about it, but they're doing a big leaning job right now. They want to control the internet. They don't want all this free speech shit. All it does is get in the way. Take a look at what's going on in England and Canada. And, free speech is their enemy. So, that being the case, we're promoting the idea of free thinking. And when I took a look at the history of America, more in depth, more from an astrological point of view, I said, hey, we're talking about the conquest of America because that's what's happened since 1492. Since Columbus landed in the New World, as they called it, it's all been about the people who have power, shaping North and South America to what they want. It's all been about the bankers, the bankers, the bankers, the bankers, because that's the way it works. People who have the money get to tell people what to do because people buy that money bullshit. And so life gets worse, the rich get richer, more powerful, and we wonder what happens. So every war, including, by the way, the Revolutionary War, has been in one way or another impacted by banking. And up till this moment, you see what kind of a shit world we live in? It's the bankers. They're manipulating. This is their final take to control. They have the ability for the first time ever. They have the technology to control us. Every single one of us. You wipe your ass, they'll know about it. They'll know how many sheets of paper you use. That's what they want. So as we move forward, even through America, and we see the bankers involved in the War of 1812, the Civil War, the Spanish-American War, World War I, World War II, all the crap that we're involved in now, it's all to make money. And if you followed me up to this point over the past couple of weeks, you've, I'm sure, had your eyes open. There is one year, however, in American history that I think is absolutely pivotal. 1933. Yes, we were in a Great Depression. Yes, we were in a situation that was as bad as anything that we've ever been through as a country. I think we're in for worse right now. But 1933 had four different things happen that completely changed the picture for America. In fact, in 1933, the dystopia officially begins. It had been going on, but officially, you can put a mark there. 1933. Let's go with the first one, and I'll do one for the next few days as we go to the full moon eclipse. 1933, the dystopia begins, and it begins with a guy by the name of Smedley Butler. Smedley Butler was a twice decorated Marine. He got the Congressional Medal of Honor twice. That is so rare. It's amazing. He fought in World War I. In fact, I think he went into the Army when he was about 14, or the Marines, about 14 years old. He lied about his age. They didn't care. Boom. He retired in 1933. As soon as he retired, he wrote a book. He called it War is Racket. It's only 50 or 60 pages. I mean, after all, we're talking about a Marine. We're not talking about a novelist here, but it got to the heart of the matter. It told the truth, pulled back the curtain. War is a racket. Well, how does he know? Well, after World War I, after fighting, he was the chief liaison between Wall Street and the Pentagon. For 20 plus years, he was the guy who carried the water between the Pentagon and Wall Street. He says it's rotten, it's evil. It's the bankers, it's Wall Street. These are the people who are doing it. It is a way to make a lot of money and to gain a lot of control. Smedley Butler, twice decorated Congressional Medal of Honor winner, 25 years, the chief liaison between Wall Street and Pentagon, writes a book, War is a Racket. Wow, that's heroic. But you haven't heard the whole story about Smedley Butler. Second part, tomorrow, comes number 2, and he really is an American hero. So I'm taking a look at the astrology here at this point, and I'm going, okay, what's going on with it? Well, let's see what we got. Uranus squaring Pluto, and we have Jupiter quincunxing Saturn. Now, people who are not familiar with astrology, they're going, what the hell are you talking about? Basically, these are not friendly aspects. Uranus is revolution, Pluto is evolution. There's a real battle between the two. Do we evolve or do we revolt? Do we revolve or evolve or do we revolt? Can't say those two together very quickly, very easily. Anyway, the point of the matter is These are two forces. Yes, we're in the middle of a depression. Yeah, we need to evolve. But we also need to revolt against what? War is a racket. Same time, we have Jupiter in Virgo, quincunxing Saturn in Aquarius, and it's retrograde. Let me decipher for you. There is a move to expand, but there's conflict in that expansion. The good versus the bad, the good versus evil. And at this point, it is an uphill battle, and we don't know what the outcome will be. But without a doubt, those energies are not friendly energies. And so, that being the case, there is this class. So, you have Smedley Butler, twice decorated Marine, Congressional Medal of Honor 2 times, saying war is full of crap and shit. It's the bankers that are pushing it. Nothing happens, nothing changes. What's the point? Well, Smedley Butler was not done doing good things for America. You'll hear part 2 of that tomorrow. Let's go to the meme for today. General George S. Patton. People like to throw tomatoes and more at this guy, and he probably was in many ways sort of an asshole, but at the same time, I think he was honest, which the power people don't like. He came to the conclusion we were fighting the wrong side. I believe at the end of the war, he understood what Smedley Butler knew. It's the bankers, it's the Zionists, it's the Jew bankers that are pushing all of this crap for their own purposes, not just profit, but for ultimate control. And he says so here. Oh, by the way, after he said this, within about a week, he got into a very rare car accident. Really was kind of amazing, kind of a mystery. He died. No surprise there, huh? Next, we move to the missing link. We stick with George S. Patton, and I wanted to make it absolutely clear he said this and it's why he died, I believe. We defeated the wrong enemy. It wasn't who we were told, because you're never told about the bankers who are pulling the strings and getting rich behind the scenes. Money, but ultimately power to ultimately control. And he woke up and he paid the price. Let's go to the tarot. The devil. Yes, we can point fingers at everybody we want. The fact of the matter is, the devil starts within us. How does it do that? By being mindless, being lazy, being stupid, not taking responsibility. You want to make things better? Unhook yourself from the system as best you can. It begins and ends with us individually. And then collectively, we come up with something that can make change. But doing nothing, not an option. Page of Pentacles. Pages always change the storyline. You need to find, obviously, something that's practical, something with some opportunity for living your life as a real human being, not just pretending you are one. Remember, the people who have the power are the ones who give you your options. They're not showing you the entire deck of cards. They're only showing you what they want. And you, because you're in bondage to their game, you figure you have choice. Finally, what you're looking for is harmony and partnership, and that begins within you. Be honest and true to yourself. If you can't do that, you can't do it with anybody. And therein lies the story. So basically, what we're talking about here is start working with you. Work with the devil inside of you. Don't worry about what's going on outside. Work with you. Have purpose. Have a point. You can get to the Four of Wands, but you are the one who's going to have to start the journey. Time's up. We're all done for today. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Man, there's so much going on behind the scenes in the internet to shut us down. like and subscribe to keep free thinking alive. Between now and the next time you and I get to do tarot together, peace and blessings.